International Surfing Association. This is a better world through surfing. There's something profoundly spiritual about riding waves. Water is transformative, healing. There's something profoundly spiritual about riding waves. Water is transformative, healing. You're at the mercy of Mother Nature, the ever-changing movement of water. The ocean is the great equalizer. You don't need to belong to a certain race, religion, or gender to surf. The pursuit of these fleeting walls transcends sport. It's a way of life. And surfing has the power to change the world and has now taken its place on the world's greatest sporting stage, the Olympic Games. The International Surfing Association is the world's governing body of surfing, recognised by the International Olympic Committee with member nations around the globe. This is the International Surfing Association. This is a better world through surfing.
Welcome, world. We are live from Punta Rocas, Peru. This is the 2025 ISA World Junior Surfing Championships. And as you can see, the swell has arrived just in time. Today is going to be awesome. This is your opening ceremony for this illustrious event. We have nearly 500 junior surfers from all over the planet competing here this week. And we're going to do the Parade of Nations, the Sand of the World ceremony. Just a beautiful pageantry to get this event kicked off. Well, I am Chris Cote, and I'm very lucky to be sitting next to a woman that needs no introduction, but I'm going to give her one anyway. Sofia Milanovic, multi-time ISA gold medalist, ASP world champion, one of the best to ever do it anywhere, but you're an icon here in Peru, an absolute ripper, still surfing at a very high level. We're so happy to have you. How far are we from your house?
Thanks, Chris. I am super excited to be with you guys today and to start this beautiful contest. I live like 8 minutes away from here in Punta Hermosa. So
we're in your backyard.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, perfect. Well, we couldn't have a better person with us to get this event started. So, Sofia, I know you've been a huge part of the ISA for a long time now. The opening ceremony is always so fun. This is where these teams, you know, they get to dress up in their uniforms, fly their flags. We have over 57 nations represented, a record number here for a junior championship surfing. Surfers from all over the world gathering. And this wave, obviously, it's a perfect venue. We've had big events here, Pan Am Championships, you know, huge contests in the past. But maybe you could tell us a little bit about Punta Rocas, this world-famous surf break.
Yes, Punta Rocas is one of the best waves we have here in Peru. It's a really iconic wave. Breaks all the time, it's super consistent. There's waves every single day. There's rights, there's lefts. There's like wide peaks, like inside peaks. There's everything, you know. There's not one day that you can say there was no waves in Punta Rocas. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty of surfing during this big event.
But one thing we know about the ISA World Junior Surfing Championships is we need a lot of waves because we have a lot of surfers. The free surfing action, the training that's been happening down here has been stunning. So many brilliant performances already, and this contest hasn't even started. Of course, we have the surfing, you know, heavyweights, Australia, Japan, Team USA, Team Peru, always coming through strong. We also have some new surf nations that are going to be joining us here at the junior level. India is here, St. Lucia, and more, which we'll be introducing to you throughout this event. And Sofia, if you think about, you know, this venue and this field, we're actually at a place called the High Performance Center, and this has become an integral part of the progression of surfing. You see, this used to just be kind of a dirt lot. People would park here and go surf, but now we have this high-tech, high-performance center. What have you seen coming out of this place? It just recently opened, but man, this is going to change things.
Yes, of course. You know, it's so big. You can see it. You know, it's done for surfing. It was done for the Pan American Games in 2019, and it's incredible. It's incredible to see how much work they've done in it. Look at the gym. We have the pool. We have like places to train. It's right in front of this amazing wave, so it doesn't really get better.
Yeah, this is one of the only, if not the only, high-performance surfing centers that's actually on a bluff over a world-class wave. So on any given day, are you going to see Peruvian surfers and surfers from South America here training, practicing, getting prepared?
Yes, there's always really good surfers surfing Punta Rocas. How I said, Punta Rocas is a really good wave. You know, there's waves every day, so it's the perfect ground for training.
As you can see, our Parade of Nations making its way down the boardwalk. You know, again, this is just part of the celebration of surfing, the ISA, with the goal to make the world a better place through surfing. And this is part of it. So these surfers, they're going to make their way down to the stage where we will have our opening ceremony. And one of the coolest parts of ISA competition, of course, the Sands of the World ceremony. Each team brings a little piece of their home nation with them. We combine the Sands of the World, making not only for a really cool visual, but also kind of a spiritual effect, right? It's truly our way of bringing these surf nations together.
Yes, I love the ISA ceremonies. I've done a lot of them, and it's really special. Really special to see everybody feeling the vibe of surfing and celebrating surfing.
So you take a look around, you see the skate park right there, and so much more. And this is going to be your event schedule for the week. And just remember, with over 450 plus surfers in this contest, there's going to be some long competition days. So today, the opening ceremony, starting Saturday, December 6th, that'll be tomorrow. Competition is going to kick off bright and early down here. We're going to just power our way through multiple heats, starting with women for the morning. If you want to get all the information you need to know about it, check out ISAsurfing on the gram, YouTube, everywhere you get your social media, and dig deep at isasurf.org. Learn a little bit about the teams, about the surfers. I really appreciate the way that the ISA has bios on pretty much each and every team. And this is the future of our sport. You know, you're going to be witnessing surfing at a very high level. And of course, world champions have come through the ISA World Junior Surfing Championship. And here we go, starting off our Parade of Nations. We've got our ISA brass right there in the front leading this parade. And this is where the celebration, this is where the party really begins. And I know you've been a part of this Parade of Nations, flying that flag. What did it mean to you at the time to walk with your team and kick things off?
It means everything, you know. When I was in the World Surf League in the WCT, like it was more like individual competition. So I think these ISAs are so special for a surfer, you know, because you're competing with your team. You know, you feel the vibe. You want to do the best for your team, and look at it. You can see it. You know, you see they're so happy to be there and with their flags and with their people.
Yeah, and we just saw a look at a first timer. Angola. So Team Angola competing here at the junior level for their first time. We're also welcoming India, St. Lucia, and Slovenia. You know, this is fun too for people that like to try to identify flags. You and I were talking a little bit earlier with 57. It's quite the test. Some of these we know, obviously Team Brazil, past champions here at the ISA junior level. Spirited squad as always. Brought a super talented team with them. So we have under 18 and under 16 competition here, men and women. 43% of the field made up by girls, which is a huge number. That's something we've been trying to do for a long time in the past, is raise the levels of gender equality, and it's happening. Give it up for Team Brazil right there. Team Canada coming through. But I have to say, Team Canada has to be considered one of the most improved teams over the past 5 or 6 years. They have really stepped up their game in the junior competition level.
For sure, I think there's a lot of teams that have stepped up their game, and I think we're going to watch a lot of that in this contest.
Team Chile, one of the neighbor nations. Team China coming through. You have to consider Siki Yang right there on the left, one of the best surfers that we've ever seen come out of China. She has been on fire. She was an Olympian and competing all up and down on every level of ISA competition. What do you expect to see from Sichi this year?
She surfs so good. I was with her in the Olympics, and I was really impressed with her surfing. She's a warrior. She's a great surfer and great competitor.
The Pura Vida nation of Costa Rica. This is another way that these teams can express, their heritage, the nations that they're coming from. And so far, I mean, Costa Rica might have to consider that the best uniforms that we've seen so far. Festive, fun, it's cool looking.
It is. I like it.
Czech Republic with a smaller team, but fielding male and female squad. Dominican Republic. Some good-looking jerseys right there, too. Looks like
Everybody's so happy and excited.
yeah, this is just pure fun right here. This is, again, where they can express their, kind of team energy. And I like that we have a pretty good age group here. We're seeing some young surfers coming through here. And then some other surfers in that 17 to 18-year-old range that you would consider vets at this point. They've probably been doing this since they were 12. England is in the house. Another one of those teams that has just rocketed up the ranks. And now you kind of consider England, a top 10 perennial threat. Lucas Skinner leading that team.
Such an amazing surfer, Lucas Skinner. I've been watching him surf, and I'm really impressed with what he's doing.
Yeah, I think we're all expecting big things from Team England this year. They have just grown so much in terms of their talent. They're well coached, they're well prepared. And I think this wave is actually a great equalizer. Rights and lefts, nice and punchy. There's going to be plenty of opportunities. He's been watching the water all day long, and it's consistent. And it gives so many options to these surfers.
For sure. It's a really consistent wave. There's lots of waves, so you just need to pick your wave right, and that's it. You see Team France there.
Team France looking sharp, looking ready to compete. Some of these teams fielding a full 12-surfer squad. 3 men, 3 women for the 18 and under. Same for the 16 under. The other teams, they've only come through with 1 or 2 surfers, but that's exactly how you grow the sport in your home countries. Here's Team Germany. We've got Greece behind Team Germany, flying their flags.
China.
Bienvenida a la República de China.
And if you think of some of the past stars that we've had here in ISA junior competition, you're talking about the biggest and best names in our sport. Carissa Moore, Caroline Marks, Tatiana Weston Webb. You ever heard of Gabriel Medina? It's pretty good.
Many times.
Bianca Batendock, Owen Wright. I mean, that's just to name a few.
Bienvenida a Colombia.
And we do have Olympians in the field here in the 2025 ISA World Junior Surfing Championships. We've got returning champs. Ziggy Aloha McKenzie and Dylan Donegan will both be back here to compete in the under-18 division. Lucas Skinner, Clemence Skorash.
Costa Rica.
Team France.
Bienvenida a Costa Rica.
Returning medalists. And again, 57 nations competing. Team Australia, our reigning team gold medalist. There's Team Guatemala, small but mighty.
Beautiful
Czech Republic.
uniform, too, from
Bienvenida a
Team
la
Hawaii.
República Checa.
Team Hawaii fielding a strong
The Dominican
contingent,
Republic.
no doubt.
Bienvenida a la República Dominicana.
We want to welcome Team India competing here at the junior level for the first time in history. It's going to be super fun to watch these young surfers out there. We have had Team India surfing in ISA in the World Surfing Games. One of the nicest, sweetest teams you would ever meet. So really excited to go meet some of these juniors, Team India. Again, the future of surfing is going to be unfolding throughout the week here. So some of the names that you might not be familiar with when they hit the water, you're going to remember because they're going to be a force to reckon with in the future for sure. We saw Ireland right there. Team Israel coming through. Yeah, and if you're going to go, if you're going to stand a chance to get a wave in a free surf, now would be the time to do it because basically out in these training sessions, you've had 450 hungry juniors out there trying to practice as much as they can. So, you know, we give way to the juniors when they come down here. Punta Rocas, the perfect venue for an event of this magnitude. There's Team Japan, Team Lithuania, Team Mexico, always spirited. always dressed well. That's a cool uniform right there.
That is a cool uniform. You see Morocco.
Netherlands has had a strong presence at the junior level and at the World Surfing Games, followed by New Zealand. Nicaragua has arrived. Norway, Panama. I mean, I'm sure for some first-time viewers, they're thinking, well, I didn't know there was surfing in Norway. Well, now you know. They might not necessarily be waves in all of these nations, but there are surfers representing all of these nations. You know, Poland, you might not have thought of Poland as a surf hotspot, but let me tell you, I've seen some of these surfers in practice, and they're going to surprise a few people for sure. Team Poland with a strong field.
Of course, there's going to be so many good surfers that we've never heard about, and they're going to be ripping here in Punta Rocas.
And I think one of the most unique and coolest elements of ISA competition is when you bring 57 nations together, you know, 450 plus surfers, these are friendships that start here and carry through, you know, for basically their lives. I mean, we've seen these stories throughout the years doing these events that, you know, you make connections down here, and now basically you can surf anywhere in the world because you have a friend where there's surf.
Exactly. I remember when I've been in a few of these contests when I was younger, and for sure I made really good friendships from these like festivals of surfing.
Portugal, Puerto Rico coming through with some spirit. You love to hear that. Puerto Rico's got that baseball kind of little league vibe to them. I like these jerseys. It's a cool overview of our high performance center. You got the natural wave pool out front. You got the skate park over here. You got a swimming pool, a gym, and all sorts of high tech features to basically just help build better surfers and better human beings. I'm sure it's not just the physical training that happens here. Also, you know, you have the psychological, you know, practices going down here on the beach.
Team Portugal.
Well, these teams going for the loudest team. Nothing wrong with that. Team spirit. So December 6th through the 13th, tomorrow, all the way through to the end of the week. We're going to be surfing all day long. Looking at local time here at Punta Rocas, it's 3:20 in the afternoon. So when things kick off tomorrow, we will have 2 podiums. I believe the women are going to start us off here at podium 1, which is right out in front here. So it's kind of 2 different peaks. You've got that outside right and left, and then on the inside, another opportunity to split things up. Because again, when you have over 450 surfers, you need to split these areas up.
Yes,
you need to give everybody equal and fair opportunity. So coverage will be coming at you in the morning and all the way through to our closing ceremony, which is always fun, crowning individual medalists as well as team medalists. Are you going to wear one of your medals down here this week? Just one of the days. Maybe Friday, wear your medal. Team Scotland is here, South Africa. And our first look at Team Slovenia. We want to welcome Slovenia, St. Lucia, India, and Angola fielding junior teams for the first time. There's Team Saudi Arabia.
Scotland. See South Africa, which is a great team also.
Yeah, look at this spirit from Team Slovenia. I would say always one of the best dressed teams. South Africa coming through with the blazers and the ties and some serious firepower. Team South Africa, no doubt a top 5 threat.
Most elegant uniform for sure.
Very cool. There's Team Sweden, followed by Team Switzerland.
Tahiti.
Team Tahiti. I think Team Tahiti could surprise a few people as well. I mean, we've got some serious star power coming from Team Tahiti. That's Miss Chopo in there. And you're looking at this team, it's like, wow, these are kids, but these are actually kids that charge Chopo.
Exactly.
So do not underestimate Team Tahiti.
Yeah, Miss Chopu is amazing. I've seen her and she's like getting such big waves at Chopu. It's crazy.
Chinese Taipei is here. We have to stop them every once in a while because these are great photo opportunities. We don't want to miss a chance to capture one of these teams because you're probably looking at a future World Surfing Games gold medalist somewhere in this mix. I mean, probably 12 of them. There's that many good surfers who have come through these junior ranks. So remember, these are surfers 18 and under, broken up into 2 divisions, 18 under, 16 and under. Of course, as a surfer, yeah, you're kind of trying to focus on the parade, but there's waves breaking out there, so they're probably thinking, let's get this going. We want to get back out into the water. Chinese Taipei, Team Thailand. Got the Bufazellos blowing.
So many competitors this week. I saw a video the other day of them training here in Punta Rocas, and there was like so many people in the water, everybody looking for a wave, like super excited to start this week, wanting to give their all already.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever tried to surf next to an amateur event, wherever you're from, you're probably dealing with, 20-something grommets in the water. I would say if you're coming to this area to surf, maybe try somewhere else because these young surfers are amping and they are trying to get as much practice as they possibly can in this lineup. So just give them the water for the week. I think they've earned it. If you've earned your spot on a national team from Trinidad and Tobago, from Ukraine, you've done something special right there. So we want to give these young surfers ample opportunity to get out there and just get involved as much as possible, because once this thing starts, I mean, you're not really going to get to practice that much, maybe for an hour before the event starts, maybe for an hour after, but for the bulk of the day, it's going to be competition only here at Punta Rocas, Peru. So these are all little, these kind of surfing, fishing towns up the coast here. What happens on these beaches on normal days?
Well, usually there's more people here in summers. Still, there's some people that live here in winter, like me and my family and some friends that live all year long. But usually it gets more crowded in summer. And, well, summer is starting really soon. We are in the verge of starting summer, so I think you're going to see more people around this coming week, for sure.
There's Team USA. Past champions want to come through with more gold. They've brought a really strong squad of surfers. Pretty much every team has junior national champions, male and female on their team. There's Team Uruguay.
It is such a big event. Junior Worlds is like the biggest junior event you can go to, right?
I think so. I mean, you're definitely going to see a lot of heats happening this week. And again, that's just give credit to our venue, to our surrounding area. There's not many places in the world that can host an ISA World Junior, surfing championships. Of course, you need a lot of places for people to stay. You need a lot of waves, and you just need that strong infrastructure. We've got it all here at Punta Rocas and the surrounding towns that are playing host to surfers representing 57 nations all over the world. There's an overview of our afternoon conditions. Surfline's told us that we have nothing to worry about in terms of waves. There's going to be surf throughout the entire week. But we're going to be looking at wind. We're going to be looking at tides. Even when you see it right now, I mean, this is kind of the standard afternoon style conditions. This is what you would see in Southern California right now, probably, on the East Coast, all over the world. But even though there's a little texture on the water, it's still super rippable. I mean, you look at these peaks all up and down this area, and especially in that inside section, I'm seeing ramps. We're going to see a lot of airs go down this week.
Yes, I think there's going to be a lot of sections that you will be able to do like progressive moves. And it's how I said, it's extremely consistent. You're always going to get waves doing your hits. And I think how you said, like events like this big, it's really important to have consistent waves. Then we see Team Peru. All right, Team Peru.
Our host nation right here, Team Peru. We always give the honor of finishing the parade with our host nation. These are our future Peruvian world champions right now. I mean, we have so many amazing surfers that have represented Peru in ISA competitions. A lot of medals have been brought home to Peru, and we'll see. What do you think this team's chances are of keeping this one in the hometown?
Yeah, I think this team is one of the strongest junior teams I've ever witnessed. They are all such good surfers. Like, yeah, the generation of young Peruvian surfers coming up, like, is crazy good. So I expect some really good results from this team. And they're motivated. They've been training for ages now. They have like a contest every weekend and training every afternoon, so they are really prepared for it.
And of course, if you think of, surf history, it's a case to be made that some of the first waves were on a surf craft were ridden down here. We have the Caballito de Totora.
Caballito de Totora.
Thank you for saying it appropriately. Some of the world's first surf craft, made to actually ride waves. Fishermen in the area would go out there and fish, and then on their way in, have a little bit of fun riding waves. And this goes back, thousands of years?
Yes, it's an old culture called Los Mochica that used to fish in these like crafts, and they used to ride waves to the beach, how you said. So it's pretty amazing. It's lots of tradition and how you say legado here.
Then if you keep going back, of course, Sophia, two-time ISA world champion, 2004 ASP champion, and then all the way back in 1965, one of the first ever world champions, Felipe Pomar, obviously a Peruvian surf hero. It's like you don't even want to start listing off names because there's so many amazing surfers that have come from Peru. I mean, just on the wall over here, you've got Piccolo, you've got Daniel Rosas, Luca Macinas. So a lot of heritage and surf history has come from this area. And would you say this is one of the main kind of breaks, the main surf zones in the country?
Oh yeah, for sure. Punta Hermosa, San Bartolo, all this part is known for surfing. And this wave, especially Punta Rocas, is super iconic. It's like, like everybody knows Punta Rocas for their waves and how much history is behind those waves. So it's great that the junior championships are here.
Yeah, some very famous waves. We have one of the longest waves in the world, Chicama, that was about 8 hours that way. Peru is, when you look at it on the map, you just see the coastline stretches seemingly endlessly. And right here, we're fortunate enough, we're only about 45 minutes away from the airport. So it is, again, the infrastructure makes it very welcoming for an event of this magnitude, your 2025 ISA World Junior Surfing Championships. So it looks like the parade is starting to wind down, and we're going to fill up the seats and get to our opening ceremony, which will be hosted by Mitchell Salazar and Itza. It's going to be a really fun ceremony because, of course, the parade is exciting, it's entertaining, it's fun, and then once things really start going, then you start to feel the magnitude and the importance of this competition. Things are starting to get very serious down here now.
Of course, right now they're having just fun with their teams and, enjoying this moment, this ceremony. But I'm sure they're thinking, okay, tomorrow is the start of this big event, and I want to do my best, so I'm ready for it.
Yeah, and this is also where the teams can kind of they've probably surfed together out in the water for a few days, but this is where they're looking around, and this is kind of where you do that scouting report, right? You go, ooh, I see who Team Hawaii brought. This is going to be a challenge right now, so it's going to be a fun moment down there. But again, these are surfers that are 18 under. They're 16, 14. There's 12-year-olds out there in the field, so you got to think that this is where the nerves start to set in a little bit when you're looking around going, wow, there are a lot of really good surfers surrounding me.
Of course, of course. You're always looking, and trying to see, oh, maybe I'm going to have them in my heat or not,
Future events here, World Surfing Games.
So this is what we've done so far in 2025. We had the ISA World Longboard Championships in April. September 5th, the ISA World Surfing Games in La Bocana. And the Parasurfing Championships in Oceanside, California that just happened was just an incredible event. We're going to go to Bocana and El Sunzal for the SUP and Paddleboard Championships that went down in November. And here we are, Punta Roca in Peru, the ISA World Junior Surfing Championship. So not only this event, massive contest down here, but you did have the Pan Am Games here a few years back. And it feels like now that we have this high performance center and, of course, the spotlight being put on this wave again, what do you think the chances are for some big, major events to kind of be ignited by what they're going to see this week?
Yes, I think we have the infrastructure, we have the waves, we have the surfing energy. Like all Peruvians love surfing, so I think it's a really good country, a really good venue to do these mega events.
I'm excited to get involved with seeing what this wave has to offer, of course, but also seeing what the surrounding area has to offer. There are breaks all up and down the coast there, but I'm also seeing a lot of restaurants, and that's something I think a lot of the people that come to Peru want to experience as well, right? The culinary area. What am I going to look forward to around here?
There's all kinds of food, Chris. Like, Peru is known for food, like it's one of our passions, and I would say it's the best place to. I don't want to be biased, but I think it's the best country to eat. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Excited for that, and of course we're very excited to get this event rolling. And Sophia, when you think of this wave, to me, and just watching a little bit our scouting report earlier on, you got the opportunity on the outside for maybe a couple big powerful maneuvers, but then of course these inside sections potentially providing for some progression. And we do have the best judges in the business here on hand. What type of surfing do you think is going to eventually get one of these surfers gold medal?
Well, I think Punta Rocas is a wave that carries a lot of water. So I think your surfing has to be, it has a really good fundamentals, like good bottom turns up the top. And for sure, take advantage of that last section to do some progressive moves. So I think you just need to pick your wave right, because there's also some waves that tend to go a little bit fat, a little bit slower. So you just need to pick the wave that kind of has the wall for you to get those juicy sections.
Yeah, and I'm looking at a pretty large playing field as well. So some of the challenges could potentially be, the timing element. We have 20 minutes. 20-minute heats to start off through the majority of this competition. So these surfers got to get out there and get at it early. This is a pretty huge lineup, right? I mean, you've got to maximize your time in the water.
Yes, of course. It's a pretty long paddle, especially if you go left. If you go left, it's, you really need to time your heat right.
Potentially doing 15 duck dives on your way back out. All right, well, our Parade of Nations has commenced. Our surfers are seated, and we are ready for your 2025 ISA World Junior Surfing Championship opening ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, all of the countries and athletes have gathered together here in Peru.
Damas y caballeros, todos los países y atletas se han reunido aquí en Perú.
In the spirit of fair play, it is with great pleasure we welcome everyone to the official opening ceremony of the 2025 ISA World Junior Surfing Championship.
Con el espíritu de un juego limpio, es un gran placer dar la más cordial bienvenida a todos ustedes a la ceremonia de apertura oficial de ISA World Junior Surfing Championship 2025.
We would like to welcome and introduce the following dignitaries on stage today.
Les damos la bienvenida y presentamos a los siguientes dignatarios.
The National Director of Recreation and Promotion of Sport for the IPD, José Luis Casas.
Director Nacional de Recreación y Promoción del IPD, José Luis Casas.
FENTA President, Elfri Alfonso Navarrete Narro.
Presidente de la FENTA, Elfri Alfonso Navarrete Narro.
The Vice President of the ISA, Karin Sierralta.
Vicepresidente de la ISA, Karim Sierralta.
And another Vice President also of the ISA, Jean-Luc Arasu.
Vicepresidente de la ISA, Jean-Luc Arasu.
Now we please ask you to stand if you can for the national anthem of Peru.
Ahora les pedimos por favor ponerse de pie para entonar el himno nacional de Perú.
Thank you. Now let's get to the fun part, ladies and gentlemen. Let us begin the Sands of the World ceremony. We will call on the countries to come to the stage and bring with them their flag and sand from their local beaches. The sand from each country will be placed in the container on stage to symbolize the peaceful gathering of nations through the love of surfing. And each flag will be placed on the stage to symbolize the gathering of nations.
Ahora daremos inicio a la ceremonia de las arenas del mundo. Llamaremos a todos los países a subir al escenario y traer con ellos arena de su playa local. La arena de cada país será vertida en el contenedor dispuesto en el escenario como símbolo de la Unión Pacífica de las Naciones mediante el amor por el surf. Cada bandera será puesta en el escenario para simbolizar la unión de las naciones.
From Angola, the flag bearer Arilson Joaquim, the sand pourer Domingo Sábalo. From the beach, Praia Surfista Cabedelo.
Sube al escenario Angola, porta la bandera Adilson Joaquim, vierte la arena Domingo Sábalo con arenas de Praia Surfista Cabedelo.
Now from Argentina, Victoria Muñoz Larreta, the flag bearer, and the sand pourer Tiago Paseri Pesati. From the beach, Honu.
Sube al escenario Argentina, porta la bandera Victoria Muñoz Larreta, vierte la arena Tiago Paseri Pesati con arenas de Playa Honu.
From Australia, the flag bearer Sammy Lowe, the sand pourer Mila Coco Brown. From Thirol.
Sube al escenario Australia, porta la bandera Sammy Lowe, vierte la arena Mila Coco Brown con arenas de Tirul.
From Barbados, flag bearer Tommaso Layson, sand pourer Amy Godson, Brandon's Beach.
Sube Barbados, porta la bandera Tommaso Layson, vierte la arena Amy Godson con arenas de Brandon's.
The flag bearer from Belgium, Flo Dans, the sand pourer Luis Escudero from Ostende Beach.
Sube al escenario Bélgica, porta la bandera Flo Dance, vierte la arena Luis Escudeiro con arenas de Ostende.
From Brazil, sand flag bearer Anuar Chia Luara Mandeli, the sand pourer from Matinhos Beach.
Sube al escenario Brasil, porta la bandera Anua Shia. Vierte la arena Luara Mandeli con arenas de Matiños.
From the Great White North in Canada, the flag bearer Shay Breweiler, Jade Rosine the Sandpour, the sand from Cox Bay.
Sube al escenario Canadá. Porta la bandera Shia Breweiler, vierte la arena Jade Rosine con arenas de Cox Bay.
From Chile, flag bearer Pascual Lorenz, Rafaela Montesi the Sandpour, from Playa de Maitencillo.
Sube al escenario Chile, porta la bandera Pascual Llorens, vierte la arena Rafaela Montesi con arenas de Maitencillo.
China, bearing sand from Ryu Bay, flag bearer Wu Shidong, and Sandpour Yang Su Chi.
Sube al escenario la República Popular de China, porta la bandera Wu Shidong, vierte la arena Sichuan con arenas de Ryu Bay.
From Colombia's flag bearer Oscar Hernandez, Sandpour Cala Baron, Palomino Beach.
Bienvenida a Colombia, porta la bandera Oscar Hernández, vierte la arena Cala Baron con arenas de Palomino.
From Costa Rica, flag bearer Romeo Stone, Sandpour Erika Berra, the beach No Sara.
Bienvenida a Costa Rica, porta la bandera Romeo Stone, vierte la arena Erika Berra con arenas de Nosara.
Representing the Czech Republic, sand from Branik Beach, flag bearer Sebastián Chelak, Inés Kramna, the Sandpour.
Bienvenida a República Checa, porta la bandera Sebastián Chelak, vierte la arena Inés Krama con arenas de Branik.
From the Dominican Republic, flag bearer Eva Mota and Luis Alberto Cruz, the Sandpour, from Playa Encuentro.
Bienvenida a la República Dominicana, porta la bandera Eva Mota, vierte la arena Luis Alberto Cruz con arenas de Playa Encuentro.
From the next country north, Ecuador, Mario Gutierrez, the flag bearer, Ámbar García, the Sandpour, from Montañita.
Bienvenida a Ecuador, porta la bandera Mario Gutiérrez, vierte la arena Ámbar García con arenas de Montañita.
From Team England, flag bearer Eva Blackford, Reen Bowden Inoue, the Sandpour, from Fistral Beach.
Bienvenida a Inglaterra, porta la bandera Eva Blackford, vierte la arena Reen Bowden Inoue con arenas de freestyle.
From Finland, Ellie Timpeti, the flag bearer, Joakim Bjork, the Sandpour, from Meripori.
Bienvenida a Finlandia, porta la bandera Ellie Tim Perry, vierte la arena Joaquín Björk con arenas de Meripori.
From France, Paul Fabre, the flag bearer. Rose Calves, the sand pourer, from La Bouelle.
Bienvenida a Francia, porta la bandera, Paul Fabre, vierte la arena, Rose Calves, con arenas de La Bouelle.
From Germany, flag bearer Jarko Crusader, Kai Schmitz, the sand pourer, from Eckenfordi.
Bienvenida a Alemania, porta la bandera, Jarko Crusader, vierte la arena, Kai Schmitz, con arenas de Eckernfjord.
From Greece, the siblings, flag bearer Mason Moskopoulos, sand pourer Charlotte Moskopoulos, from Crete.
Bienvenida a Grecia, porta la bandera, Mason Moskopoulos, vierte la arena, Charlotte Moskopoulos, con arenas de Creta.
From Guatemala, Vito Porras, the flag bearer, Anaí Porras, the sand pourer, from El Paredón.
Bienvenida a Guatemala, porta la bandera, Vito Porras, vierte en la arena, Anaí Porras, con arenas de El Paredón.
From Hawaii, Tiger Obubo, the flag bearer, the sand pourer, Yone La Turner, from Kalihiwa'i on Kauai.
Bienvenido a Hawái.
From India, flag bearer Kishore Kumar, Kamali Prakash, the sand pourer, from Kovalam Beach.
Bienvenida India, porta la bandera, Kishore Kumar, vierte la arena, Kamali Prakash, con arenas de Kovalam.
From Indonesia, flag bearer Rendra Attard, sand pourer Kia Jo Hoyer, from Canggu.
Bienvenida a Indonesia, porta la bandera, Rendra Attard, vierte la arena, Kia Jo Euro, con arenas de Canggu.
From Ireland, flag bearer Ella Dooley, sand pourer Daniel McSharry, from Strida.
Sube el escenario Irlanda, porta la bandera, Ella Dooley, vierte la arena, Daniel McSharry, con arenas de Street Dog.
The flag bearer from Israel, Ethan Hakmoun, and the sand pourer Aviv Shoval, from Zuvulun.
Bienvenido a Israel, porta la bandera, Ethan Hakmun, vierte la arena, Aviv Shoval, con arenas Blun.
From Team Italy, flag bearer Michele Scopa, sand pourer Chiara Cupone, from Ostia in Roma.
Sube Italia, porta la bandera, Michel Scopa, vierte la arena, Chiara Cupone, con arenas de Ostia, en Roma.
From Team Japan, flag bearer Kaisei Adachi, Anri Matsuno, the sand pourer from Surigasaki Beach, the Olympic beach in Tokyo 2020.
Bienvenido Japón, porta la bandera, Kaisei Adachi, vierte la arena, Henri Matsuno, con arenas de Surigasaki, la primera playa olímpica.
From Lithuania, flag bearer Bernardas Leškinkas, Monika Dapkevičiūtė, the sand pourer from Melranj.
Bienvenida a Lituania. Porta la bandera Bernardas Lešinskas. Vierte la arena Mónica Dabbečiūtė con arenas de Melnraj.
From Mexico, Ana Lilia González Velasco, the flag bearer, Kamala Stratton, the sand pourer from Puerto Escondido, Oaxaca.
Bienvenida a México. Porta la bandera Ana Lilia González. Vierte la arena Kamala Stratton con arenas de Cicatela.
Representing Morocco, the flag bearer Neil Zas, Rania Squali, the sand pourer from Ras Afa.
Sube al escenario Marruecos. Porta la bandera Neil Sass. Vierte la arena Ranja Squali con arenas de Ras Afa, Safi.
From Team Netherlands, flag bearer Eline Gerlings, Julia Heimens from the sand pourer Beach Scheveningen.
Bienvenida a los Países Bajos. Porta la bandera Elin Girlings. Vierte la arena Julia Geishmans con arenas de Scheveningen.
From New Zealand, flag bearer Leia Millar Tau Moldy, the sand pourer from Piha. And as always, doing the haka, Team New Zealand. From Nicaragua, flag bearer Jack Krop, sand pourer Máxima Rezano from Popoyo Beach.
Damos la bienvenida a Nicaragua. Porta la bandera Jack Crabb. Vierte la arena Máxima Rezano con arenas de Popoyo.
From Norway, flag bearer Soren Mathias Nikolaisen, Marcus Naken, the sand pourer from Selle Beach.
Bienvenida a Noruega. Porta la bandera Soren Mathias Nikolaisen. Vierte la arena Marcus Naken con arenas de Selle Beach.
From Panama, flag bearer Victor Camarena, Belén Elizondo, the sand pourer from Santa Catalina.
Bienvenido a Panamá. Porta la bandera Víctor Camarena. Vierte la arena Belén Elizondo con arenas de Playa Santa Catalina.
The flag bearer from Poland, Ignacy Perchel, sand pourer Aneta Kucharska from Sopot.
Bienvenido a Polonia. Porta la bandera Ignacy Perchel. Vierte la arena Aneta Kucharska con arenas de Sopot.
From Portugal, flag bearer Lua Escudeiro, Jaime Veselco do Sanpor from Ribeira de Ilhas.
Bienvenido a Portugal. Porta la bandera Luis Escudeiro. Vierte la arena Jaime Veselco con arenas de Ribeira de Ilhas.
From Puerto Rico, Jack Young, the flag bearer, Mia Kuzmovich, the Sanpor from Aviones.
Bienvenido a Puerto Rico. Porta la bandera Jack Young. Vierte la arena Mia Kuzmovich con arenas de Aviones.
The flag bearer from Romania, Aris Gabriel Voicu, Matar Ziv, the Sanpor from Mamaya.
Bienvenido a Rumania. Porta la bandera Aris Gabriel Voicu. Vierte la arena Matar Ziv con arenas de Mamaya.
From St. Lucia, flag bearer Daniel Frank Ambler, Sebastian Russell Ambler, the Sanpor from Marigot Bay.
Bienvenido a Santa Lucía. Porta la bandera Daniel Frank Ambler. Vierte la arena Sebastián Russell con arenas de Marigot Bay.
Representing Saudi Arabia, Sulaiman Linjawi, the flag bearer, Salma Linjawi, the Sanpor from Jeddah Beach.
Bi- Tenemos Arabia Saudita con Sulaim Linjawi, Salma Linjawi con arenas de la playa de Jeddah.
From Scotland, flag bearer Joel Christopherson, Rosie Moore, the Sanpor from Belhaven Beach in Dunbar.
Tenemos en el escenario el equipo de Escocia. Porta la bandera Joel Christopherson, vierte la arena Rosie Moore con arenas de Belhaven Beach, Dunbar, en Escocia.
From Slovenia, Jani Pusic, the flag bearer Sanpor Alina Pusic from Portoros.
Tenemos el equipo de Eslovenia. Porta la bandera Jani Pusic, vierte la arena Alina Pusic con arenas de Portoros.
Representing South Africa, the flag bearer Kai Hall, the Sanpor Louise Lepron from beaches all over South Africa.
Tenemos el equipo de Sudáfrica. Porta la bandera Kai Hall, vierte la arena Louis Lepront.
From Spain, the flag bearer Álvaro Casanova, the Sanpor Carla Morera from El Sardinero Beach.
Bienvenido a España. Porta la bandera Álvaro Casanova, vierte la arena Carla Morera con arenas de El Sardinero.
From Team Sweden, flag bearer Nina Linder, Sanpor Miloshani from Toro Beach.
Bienvenido a Suecia. Porta la bandera Nina Linder, vierte la arena Mila Sashi con arenas de Toro.
From Switzerland, only have the first names. So we're going to go Massimo, the flag bearer, the Sanpor Marchanda from Baby Beach.
Bienvenido a Suiza. Porta la bandera Máximo, vierte la arena Marchanda con arenas de Baby Beach.
Representing Tahiti, the flag bearer Raipoe Chapelier, the sandpour Liam Shamkoa, beach name Teahupo'o.
Bienvenida Tahiti. Porta la bandera Raipoe Chapelier. Vierte la arena Liam Shamkoa con arenas de Teahupo'o.
From Chinese Taipei, Chen Boyu, the flag bearer, our sandpour Anasia Filippini from Taichung Donghe Beach.
Bienvenida China Taipei. Porta la bandera Boyu Chen. Vierte la arena Anasia Filippini con arenas de Taitung Donghe.
From Thailand, our flag bearer Orange Jirapata Chulasukonta. Easy Higgs is the sandpourer from Surin Beach.
Bienvenido a Tailandia. Porta la bandera Iern Jirapat Chulasukonta. Vierte la arena Easy Higgs con arenas de Surin.
From Trinidad and Tobago, flag bearer and sandpourer Aiden Albada from Rocky Point.
De Trinidad y Tobago, porta la bandera y vierte la arena Aiden Albada con arenas de Rocky Point.
From the Ukraine, flag bearer Ivan Minenko and also the sandpourer Ivan Minenko from Odessa, Arcadia Beach.
Bienvenido a Ucrania, porta la bandera y vierte la arena Iván Minenko con playas de Odessa.
From the United States of America, flag bearer Will Dean, sandpourer Avery McDonald. Beach is Seal Beach.
Bienvenido a Estados Unidos. Porta la bandera Will Dean, vierte la arena Avery McDonald con arenas de Seal.
From Uruguay, flag bearer Olivia Roel, Lucas Raineri, the sandpourer, sand from La Martinez.
Bienvenido a Uruguay. Porta la bandera Olivia Roel, vierte la arena Lucas Raineri.
From Vanuatu, flag bearer Manoa Taro, Sasha Ferry, the sandpourer, sand from Pango Beach.
Bienvenido a Vanuatu. Porta la bandera Manoa Taru, vierte la arena Sacha Ferry con arenas de la playa Pango.
From Venezuela, Luca Lamberti, the flag bearer, sandpourer, Kellyanne Flores, sand from Las Caracas in La Guaira.
Bienvenido a Venezuela. Porta la bandera Luca Lamberti, vierte la arena Kellyanne Flores con arenas de playa Los Caracas en La Guaira.
And now from the host nation of Peru, flag bearer Alejandro Bernales, sandpourer Camila Sanday, sand from right here at Punta Rocas.
Le damos la bienvenida al equipo anfitrión, Perú. Porta la bandera Alejandro Bernales, vierte la arena Camila Sanday con arenas de Punta Rocas.
And now it is with great pleasure to present you ISA Judge Jacqueline Silva and Mila Coco Brown from Team Australia, who have been nominated to swear an oath for good sportsmanship in the name of all the judges and athletes.
Y ahora es un gran gusto presentarles al juez de la ISA, Jacqueline Silva, y integrante del equipo de Australia, Mila Cocker-Brown, quienes han sido nominadas para hacer un juramento en nombre del buen espíritu deportivo y de todos los jueces y los atletas.
In the name of the athletes, we promise to take part in these 2025 ISA World Junior Surfing Championships, respecting and abiding by the ISA rules and in the spirit of fair play, inclusion and equality. Together we stand in solidarity and commit ourselves to surfing without doping, without cheating, without any form of discrimination. We do this for the honour of our teams in respect for the fundamental principles of Olympism and to make the world a better place through surfing. Thank you.
Hi everyone. In the name of all judges, we promise to take part of this 2025 ISA World Surf Championship Tour, respecting and abiding by the ISA rules and the spirit of fair play, inclusion and equality. Together, we stand in solidarity and commit ourselves to surfing without doping, without cheating, without any form of discrimination. We do this for the honor and integrity of our sport, in respect for the fundamental principles of Olympic, and to make the world a better place through surfing. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacqueline and Mila.
Gracias, Jacqueline y Mila.
And now we have the pleasure to share a recorded message from the ISA president, Fernando Aguirre, who is unfortunately unable to be present today.
Ahora tendremos el placer de compartir con ustedes un mensaje grabado del presidente de la ISA, Fernando Aguirre, quien desafortunadamente no pudo asistir al evento.
Hello everybody in Peru for the ISA World Junior Surfing Championships. I'm sure you guys are having already an incredible time with the beautiful waves of Punta Roca and the other surf spots around there. Punta Rocas, as you know, is a very historical place. Punta Roca has been holding ISA World Surfing Championships since 1965, since almost the very beginning. You know, as you know, the World Surfing Championships run by the ISA started in 1964 in Australia. And I'm very, very happy to see this record amount of countries, record amount of competitors, and record amount of participants. Between surfers and their support team, there's almost 700 people in Peru. This is amazing. This is a show of the force, the incredible popularity, and the incredible moment of junior surfing around the world. So I wish everybody the best time in Peru. I wish that you enjoy, reconnect with people that you're already friends with, and find new friends. Of course, that's the key of the ISA World Championships. Finally, I would like to thank our host, FENTA, the Peruvian Institute of Sports, and in general the government of Peru and the people of Peru for such an amazing hosting of this event. And we hope that the event goes great, and I will follow you this on the website. But of course, I'm sure that we will be coming back to Peru in the coming years. Thank you everybody, good luck, and enjoy the competition. Goodbye. Muchas gracias a todos.
Thank you, President Aguirre.
Gracias, presidente Aguirre.
And now it is my privilege to introduce the National Director of Recreation and Promotion of Sport for IPD, José Luis Casas.
Ahora le damos la bienvenida al director nacional de Recreación y Promoción del Deporte, don José Luis Casas.
Muy buenas tardes a todos las del 57 delegaciones que hoy día nos acompañan. Yo creo que mejor está de micro. Señor presidente de la Federación Nacional de Tabla del Perú, señores vicepresidentes de la ISA, señor alcalde de Errázuriz, estimados autoridades, delegaciones y en especial nuestra delegación peruana. En primer lugar, hago llegar el saludo de nuestro presidente institucional del Instituto Peruano del Deporte, el señor Sergio Ludeña Bizalot, quien les envía un afectuoso y caluroso saludo que por motivos de fuerza mayor no ha podido estar presente, pero envía el mensaje de apoyo y respaldo del Instituto Peruano del Deporte y del Gobierno Nacional a este Mundial de ISA Junior, el cual se inaugura el día de hoy. El Instituto Peruano del Deporte tiene el fiel compromiso de seguir apoyando a las más de 60 federaciones deportivas nacionales que se encuentran reconocidas en la actualidad. Y no menos en este gran deporte que nos ha traído grandes logros mundiales, internacionales, hasta olímpicos, y hasta hace poco, el fin de semana pasado, en el cual hemos logrado 7 medallas de oro, 1 de plata y 6 de bronce en el marco de estos Juegos, 20º Juegos Bolivarianos que estamos desarrollando en Lima y Ayacucho. Le damos la más cordial bienvenida a esta su casa, el Perú, a este centro de alto rendimiento, Punta Rocas, en el cual se han brindado y se han desarrollado muchas gestas históricas. Este mundial, tengo entendido, viene después de muchos años y viene, obviamente, después de casi 14 años. Es por eso la importancia de esta gestión del señor Sergio Ludeña, de firme compromiso con la Federación Deportiva de Tabla y más con nuestros campeones que van a participar a partir de mañana. Éxitos a cada uno de los representantes y delegaciones. El deporte es unión, el deporte es juego limpio, y esperemos que en estos días de competencia cada uno logre batir las expectativas y logren lograr sus sueños en los cuales están el día de hoy acá en el Perú. Nuevamente bienvenidos y muchas gracias a todos.
Muchas gracias, Director Casas. Now we would like to invite the flag bearers from all nations to come on stage to represent the union of all the colors of the flags for peace, camaraderie, and good sportsmanship. Flag bearers, please come stand with National Director of Recreation and Promotion of Sport for the IPD, Jose Luis Casas, who will officially declare the 2025 ISA World Junior Surfing Championships Open.
Ahora queremos invitar a todos los abanderados de todas las naciones al escenario para representar la unión de todos los colores de las banderas por la paz, camaradería y buen espíritu deportivo. Abanderados, aquí en el escenario acompañan al Director Nacional de Recreación y Promoción del IPD, José Luis Casas, quien oficialmente dará por inaugurado el ISA World Junior Surfing Championship 2025.
All right, everybody together. 3, 2, 1. ¡Vamos!
Well, as promised, a beautiful celebration of global surfing there. 57 nations represented in our opening ceremony, and of course the ISA's tenet, a better world through surfing. That's just one of the ways that we are trying to achieve this lofty goal, but if you saw that, you can tell that it's working. What a joyful ceremony. Mitchell and Itza right there, basically ushering in the 2025 ISA World Junior Surfing Championships.
Yeah, sorry, I talked in Spanish for a little bit. Yeah, that was a beautiful ceremony, you know, full of emotion, full of pride. You know, we see all the teams flagging their flag and ready for what it's coming.
Absolutely, and you could tell right there with 57 flags flying on that stage. Truly a testament that the ISA has already helped raise the global consciousness of surfing and promote the sport, grow the sport all over the world. And you can tell that the joy that these teams brought with them is now going to translate into big performances, because you've got the pride of your nation behind you and you've got your team members there with you. And I know you've been in a lot of individual events and a lot of team events. You talk about the importance of showing up for your team. I mean, they're going to be there for you, win or lose, of course. But how did you deal with, you know, that pressure and, you know, I guess the pride that you bring with you when you know your team's on the beach watching and cheering for you? What's the difference between those two types of pressures?
I used to love to compete with the Peruvian team. You know, you felt the energy. I used to know my team since I was really young. I grew up with them, so it felt really special to have them in the beach cheering for me. It's a really special sentiment for sure.
And a unique element of ISA competition. Speaking of the ISA, let's learn a little bit more about what the ISA is doing to help grow and promote the sport of surfing.
There's something profoundly spiritual about riding waves. Water is transformative, healing. You're at the mercy of Mother Nature, the ever-changing movement of water. The ocean is the great equalizer. You don't need to belong to a certain race, religion, or gender to surf. The pursuit of these fleeting walls transcends sport. It's a way of life. And surfing has the power to change the world and has now taken its place on the world's greatest sporting stage, the Olympic Games. The International Surfing Association is the world's governing body of surfing, recognised by the International Olympic Committee with member nations around the globe. This is the International Surfing Association. This is a better world through surfing. The ISA strives to advance the sport of surfing by crowning world champions in multiple event disciplines each year. The World Surfing Games gathers the best national surfing teams to compete for gold. Since Olympic inclusion, the event has become a key part of the qualification pipeline for surfing in the Olympic Games. The World Junior Surfing Championship, which has celebrated surfing's youth since 1980, is a breeding ground for future generations of surfers, spawning the world champions of tomorrow. The World SUP and Paddleboard Championship combines the disciplines of SUP surfing, SUP racing and paddleboard racing into the world's most recognised event in stand-up paddle sports. The World Para-Surfing Championships gives universal access and opportunity to para-athletes to achieve sporting excellence. The World Longboard Championship showcases traditional longboard surfing, highlighting the style, flow and grace of this classic discipline. The quality and credibility of every competition hinges on the education of our officials. The ISA offers globally standardised certification courses for surf coaches and judges. A global standard adaptive surf certification program ensures instructors and therapists will be adequately trained and have the knowledge and tools to improve the skills of adaptive surfers. Global development of the sport across competitive and grassroots levels is a key element of the ISA mission. The ISA offers a scholarship program to young surfers who are outstanding role models in their communities and aids them in their education and surfing ambitions. Water connects the world, uniting us all. And together we can all create a better world through surfing.
And with that, it's official. The 2025 ISA World Junior Surfing Championships will be on, starting bright and early tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. here in Punta Rocas, Peru. So we will be going live tomorrow morning, and I got to get your thoughts on this. What are you most looking forward to when we start competition tomorrow?
I think we're going to see some great hits. All the kids are going to be super excited to surf their first hits, and the waves are going to be fun. So I think it's going to be a great day to start.
Well, with 57 nations represented, we have the best junior surfers from all over the world set to compete tomorrow morning. Please tune in, 7 a.m. Peruvian time here at Punta Rocas, ISAsurf.org. Can't wait to present the 2025 ISA World Junior Surfing Championships. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
See you tomorrow.